Why hello there ladies and gentlemen, today I'll bring forth a game that you probably haven't heard of. It is not the one you're seeing though, and rightfully so, because it is not out yet, there's no release date, and only a few screenshots are available right now. So why should we even think about this game? Well ladies and gentlemen, this could be competition for the Total War saga, and I'm carefully excited about it. Not because I do not like the creative assembly, not because I do not like Total War, but because if this game comes out as a fine piece, bringing fresh ideas to large-scale RTS Ancient Warfare, well, let's just say that CA will have to up their games and make some higher quality products. So what is Roman Empire Wars? Roman Empire Wars is a real-time strategy game with a focus on large-scale warfare that aims to guide the player through several campaigns like the Punic Wars, the Gallic Campaigns, the Greek Wars, Brittania, Germania, and so on. The Steam description is somewhat cryptic on whether there will be or not a campaign gameplay, or if we'll just be jumping from battle to battle with some narration and cutscenes in between. I believe there will be some sort of campaign gameplay to the first paragraph that clearly states, "As a new emperor of Rome, guide your country through the uncertain times." This, in my view, is a good indication that there will be some sort of a campaign. Will it be real-time as well? Or maybe turn-based like Total War? I'm honestly hoping for real-time. That would be really cool for a change and breath of fresh air from the same old Total War formula that, to be honest, I'm getting a little bit tired of. But this is all pretty much conjecture, as very little information is out. And it's important to note that the next few points all emphasize the battle, so let's have a look at the 5 screenshots the developer has shared in October 2020, so already a few months back. The first screenshot doesn't really tell us much. It seems that this is in engine, but due to the presence of the soldier who tripped and the depth of that army, I'd say it's probably a cutscene or maybe some artwork. I also want to say that the armor on the men and horses looks a little bit over the top, heavily stylized and big for cool points, I guess. I'll give it a pass because of those cool points. I will cringe, however, if during the Carthaginian campaign we see this kind of armor. Imagine having an AK-47 during the American Revolution. It's just that anachronistic, right? The second screenshot looks really good. We can see an archer unit on the right of the screen. We can see some testudos in the center. This clearly looks like in-engine, in-game screenshots. Too bad we cannot see the UI though. Could this be Gaul or maybe Germania? Who knows? Not me, but I can see some archers shooting but no enemies around, which is a bit on the weird side. Is this a civil war type scenario and that's why I cannot distinguish between two different factions? If so, that could be extremely interesting. Here we also have the first glimpse at the unit size. It seems okay with about 80 men per unit. Some units do look quite larger, but the environment looks good, the models look good, it seems promising. On the third screenshot is somewhere in Egypt or the Middle East. We can see a lot of testudos and what seems to be like a pike phalanx down on the enemy line, so I'm thinking this is indeed against Egypt. It's really cool to see that. I think the Romans are using the pilum as spears while in testudo formation, which is actually sort of historically accurate. Lots of cavalry going around, so we could also be looking at Carrai, for example. I'd love to see some actual gameplay on this though. Here the testudo unit seems to be around 60 to 80 men, again just like the previous screenshot. Hopefully we'll get bigger unit sizes with 160, 200 men per unit, though the pikemen seem to be about that size. Maybe each Roman unit is 60 men strong to mimic the manipular system, or maybe, just maybe, you can actually dictate the size of your own units, which would also be pretty cool. Now, with the fourth screenshot, we have a lot of snow. This could be Britain or Germania. We can see the enemy running and it looks quite decent. They're fairly far though, so I cannot see any detail on them. The defending Romans seem to have large units, so I'm wondering if we can resize our units again, freely in battle or maybe in the overall campaign map, provided that it exists, of course. The artillery shot trails seem to be a bit too dense, but this is looking like a Total War game, so look at the background as well. It looks really good, like the backgrounds. Not perfect, but good. Now, on the fifth and last screenshot, we see a siege battle. So siege battles confirmed, night battles confirmed, and silly but cool fire arrows confirmed. I just wonder if that thing on the bottom right is actually a trebuchet. I really hope it's not. It makes no sense in this time period, you know, provided we are in 0 to 200 AD. We can see a siege tower, the fortifications are burning in the distance, the ram going for the gates, but it's all really small scale here. I wonder if we'll have proper large scale sieges with this game, and if this screenshot was just to showcase a small siege. Anyway, this is all the developers have given us so far, so tell me, does it look good? Do you think it's good? You know, comments below. I think it does look decent, but I'd put a huge grain of salt here despite having a ton of hope that this will turn out great and be a wake-up call for CA, because that's my hope. Why the huge grain of salt, however, you ask? So I did some research on this developer and they didn't show up on my Google search. First, red flag. Okay, then I searched them on Steam and they have 3 games in development. The 3 are not very similar and this is supposedly a small indie developer. How are they supposed to put 3 games out at the same time? And all of them are to be announced. So this sounds very fishy, my friends, but I am still rooting for this game to be great. I think that Creative Assembly needs its competition. The players will win for having more variety, more games, more quality, and who knows, at lower prices. So please, Roman Empire War, do good. Do good, developer. Please be real. Please develop this game like the little gem that it could be. What do you think about this possible game? Are you interested? Were you entertained? Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like on the video to spread it around the interwebs. Remember to be aware of the olive oil, be good to your pet codfish, and order some pastéis de Belém. Portugal, caralho.
I'm in Portugal, baby.